I'm gonna try to keep this video short because I know when I do vlogs, I vlog and I talk a lot. So I'm over here sitting down on the floor because I am fixing some stuff. As you can see, there's a pile of dolls. And it's because I want to do a, wait, over here, the camera's over here. I want to do like a room tour again, part 2, but actually give you like a full extent of a doll tour. I kind of like neglected the whole cleaning process because I'm taking care of like the real world out there. And you know, sometimes I don't feel like cleaning. I don't feel like cleaning, but I'm here sitting down and I wanted to do this video to talk about, I don't know, I guess most of you don't know, but I did quit TikTok, and most of you do know, and that's okay. I'm not keeping count of that. Like I'm already working through that of keeping count, but I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be very honest about it. But before I do, if you are watching this video for the first time, I'm Hector. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps my channel. And on top of that, if you don't mind watching my videos to get to know a little bit more about me, this is just one out of all the videos I have on my channel. But I really do hope this video finds you and you feel, you know, good, and you feel like you found your home here. Because my thing is I want to create a safe space for people. So just to get that part out of the way, I did quit TikTok. I guess I can start the reason why I started TikTok. It was during a quarantine and I was bored. And then I started to realize how of all of the talented creators that were there, and I told myself, I'm gonna support them. So I was the person there, like liking videos and like listening to people and advocating and all of that stuff. And I felt so empowered. And I started coming across a lot of beautiful plus size people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. Like they're showing themselves, what they enjoy, what they love, showing who they are. And that's totally inspiring to me, because I never thought I was ever going to be on camera. I didn't think I will ever even speak on camera or show anything other than the dolls. I just didn't know what I was. But one day I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video. I'm going to make a video. And what happens, happens, right? So I made the video. And then one thing led to another. And now I'm doing this. Showing my face, you know, being comfortable in my own skin, and waking up every day slapping society back and their standards of beauty, because I am my standard of beauty, you know. Just enjoying day by day. I'm just enjoying myself every single day. But I started doing videos and I felt so good, and I told myself, if I make a platform where I can go live, I can enjoy the space with people. One thing's first, I want to create a home. I want to create a home and a safe space for individuals. And that's exactly what I did. We did that. We even started talking about like calling ourselves a Chub Coven and stuff and things like that. And it was really nice in the beginning. But it was getting really difficult to navigate through demands and people thinking that they own you. And so what I mean about that is, I was having issues with people not seeing me for the person behind the camera or the person behind the dolls. Like, I get that my content is solely the dolls. I wanted to make sure that people understood that I am a person, that I am more than just dolls. I am the person with the dolls, not the dolls and the person. You know what I'm saying? Because I tend to create a lot of my stories, a lot of my creative experiences through these dolls. And so I wanted to finally put a face to those experiences. I also wanted to talk about Instagram and the doll community, but I guess I just leave that for another time and just solely focus on TikTok. I feel like TikTok is really great to start with. For people to start small and like really get their hands on creating videos. I am not a pro at making videos. I'm not a pro doing anything. I just go with the flow and I learn as I go. But I feel like it's a good platform to get started with something and really get exposed to a lot of things, as well as Instagram. But I feel more connected to TikTok, and I liked making I like meeting the people that I knew on TikTok and that I still know to this day. But the thing about TikTok is that it's very, just like any other platform, it's cutthroat. I don't see myself a lot, so I wanted to stand out. You know, I wanted to become someone. But the way that I thought that that would happen was to create a home and a safe space that people can come all parts of the world and we can all like communicate and get to know each other and whatnot. I just I thought it was a good idea because I was coming from that spectrum of being ignored or being yelled at or chastised in the Instagram doll community, because there are, just like there are good people, there are very nasty people. So I told myself I don't want to be like those people. I want to become someone that people can come to and talk about anything and feel free to talk about anything, because sometimes we need a special time to bond and connect, because we're all humans. We all go through things, and so it would have been just nice to sit there and just have conversations to get to know someone, because I was there to listen. And that mindset right there kind of placed me to realize that it was very toxic, because people came in, and I guess they got so used to me not ignoring them that every single time comments flow, they would assume I ignored them. They would go and remind me that I ignored them and to go back and read what they wrote, me going back, because I guess people just gotten so used to wanting to be heard. And I'm like, it's okay for that, but you also got to realize that I'm only one person, and when we have comments flowing, I'm not going to catch everything, and that's something that was just not sticking to anyone. And then I also got people reminding me every single time, because TikTok has this feature that filters out comments, and there's not much I could do. And people are like, oh my gosh, TikTok filtered me. TikTok. Like, I don't know what anyone wants me to do with that information. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. It just got into a point that people were just like blasting me because of the situations that I have no control over. Like, I'm going to tell everybody to shut up, just so that that person can go through and have their comment being seen. And I also didn't want to be disrespectful, but I had to place boundaries, which those boundaries were often being disrespected. The lives, I feel, just like any social media platform, were not safe. People were, you often have trolls, and it's really like, I don't expect it, but I am also aware that it's bound to happen. There's going to be a lot of people who are just negative Nancy's and want to be, seen, and their comment wants to be the top thing to make someone else feel like, they could be miserable too. Like, to me, I never understood that part, because if I know someone who is just not rubbing me the right way, I block them. I don't have to deal with them anymore. But I'm not going to leave a nasty comment. Why do I want to spread hate? You know what I'm saying? It costs nothing to be nice. And the way that I see things, I just walk away from situations that don't make me feel comfortable. But not a lot of people think like that. People would go and voice what they're seeing and what they're feeling. I have children and adults like seeing me how I present, and don't ever fail to remind me that I am an adult and that I present this way, and then why am I collecting dolls? Like, there are no such thing as people collecting. There are collectors that collect different things. Like, there are people who collect rocks, and to me that's beautiful, because they're able to see the beauty in those rocks and collect them. I'm able to see beauty in the dolls, and I collect things that are beautiful to me. People would tell me, yeah, I don't care, like, that's your opinion. For me, there are no such thing as ugly dolls. And if I don't want the doll, I'm not going to get her. I practically get dolls that I would enjoy and love. There's instances where I get a doll that I don't want. And what do? I find the doll a home. It's that simple. But it surprises me how much someone feels the need to like voice their hatred just to make someone else feel like inferior compared to them. And that's neither here nor there. I've dealt with negative comments on Instagram, and that's why I don't read comments or messages over there. I should have applied that to TikTok, but I really wanted to be there for people, because I am very grateful for the opportunity that I was given every day, that people were following me and was interacting with me. And so I just read everything. Now I just don't read anything. I don't read the Instagram comment, the TikTok comments. I just go about my day. I don't even post there anymore. I announced my departure, but I announced it to people that I thought I could trust. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get to that in a bit. But when I started to get people joining the coven, I wanted to introduce more myself, because that's the whole point of the journey. That was the key word through all of this. Not just Hector and the dolls, it's Hector and their journey. It's about the journey. I wanted to introduce more things about me. So I did TikTok gaming lives. Like, I actually introduced another passion of mine, which is gaming. That bit me in the ass. I got so traumatized and saw people's real intention when going into this coven, and I'm like, wow, I just felt like a huge slap in the face. There were times where, again, I went in believing that I can trust people enough to talk about my feelings, and when I went in there to talk about my feelings, here comes people like having side conversations about not even paying attention to what was going on. Like, again, no one owes me their attention, but to me, I felt like I trusted people enough to talk about these things. And then people like completely ignored everything I was saying and talked about dolls. Like, they never failed to tell me about the newest dolls that they found. Like, I love your excitement. I love it. But I feel like when I'm talking about one thing, I don't like having other conversations, because I don't want my feelings to be overshadowed. And that's just me feeling that the space was there for purposes of us to talk to each other. But it wasn't the case for many obvious reasons. The gaming lives were constantly a push. People were being really nasty. One time we got to 6,000. I think it was 6 or 10,000 views. I don't remember. But it got really ridiculous to a lot of people. I was getting anxious because I know I come across as a social person. I'm not a sociable person. If I sometimes force myself to be sociable because I don't like the awkwardness or the awkward silence. I prefer the silence. I feel compelled to have conversations with people, especially strangers. But it takes me being comfortable with you to truly authentically feel okay and feel good to talk to anyone. I was constantly setting my boundaries because it just got too ridiculous. I was being called a lot of words, names from the books, and things that I didn't think that could, people were just like so nasty. So I stopped playing Doors. It was Doors that really traumatized me. That was the game that traumatized me, and I would never ever play that game again. But it was very traumatizing. I just didn't like the whole vibe, to a point that nowadays, because of the outcomes of all this situation, I don't play games anymore. Like, there are times I play here and there because of my nibblings, but other than that, I don't play as I used to, and it really sucks. Is that I enjoyed playing. I love playing games. Video games are another getaway of mine. I was also like reading poetry, because this is another thing that I do love. I like writing and reading poetry, and that was just people were just concentrated on one thing, and that's, if it's the whole gaming vibe, people just wanted to game. If it was just of the dolls, people just wanted to do dolls, and I'm like, what about introducing other activities? But no. And I also got tired of people comparing me to other people. Like, I'm not one of those people who likes to be compared to other individuals when I'm trying to exist as an individual. I feel like most of the time, like, most people would be flattered. I don't like that. I don't feel flattered being compared to other people, because you are undermining me as a person. That's how I feel and see it. Because I'm trying to exist, and like, oh no, you sound like this. Oh no, you act like this. Oh, your videos are just like that. And then it's just like, then I will never get this person not anywhere out of here anywhere anytime soon. I'm just gonna be like that person. No, I'm here to direct the attention to me being an individual. And people were just also talking about other individuals in the doll community, which I don't care to talk about, but they made statements about it, and it's just like, where are you trying to bring drama for? I don't also deal with the whole drama stuff. One time I let the drama get to me, and it was just not, it wasn't cute. I didn't like it. But I have a lot of crap in my personal life. Why would I want to add on more stuff? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to exist as an individual, and show you my potential, and not just be overshadowed by someone else, because it's not it. I'm not that person, That's just me. I don't like being compared to other people. There was just a constant back and forth with people, not understanding. Uh, I also blocked three people. I block people who just don't sit right with me, especially in my space. But I never say anything negative because again, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. But my thing is that if someone doesn't like if someone is not is giving me is being cruel or saying inappropriate things or doesn't make me feel comfortable, what do? I block them. They're gone. There's nothing for me to say or do. Like, they left. I block people. Tell me how. I had to block three people and they had other accounts coming back asking me why I blocked them. Well, two of them did. One of them, Drayden, the story between him doesn't add up to me and it'll never add up to me. I will not trust anything or anyone because of the situation. This other person, local collector, who is supposed to a fan of what I do, I blocked them because they had the audacity to be in my live one day and then a few days later, I forgot you even existed. Like, what compels people to say these things? Like, how do you forget that no, I blocked them and they kept coming. They came back and then I blocked that account and then they told their friend harassed me. I told them that, it's none of their business and that, this person's crying because of their friend, they're crying, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I just don't care. Like, I blocked them. Now, if they see this video, now they know why I blocked them. I exist. I'm here. Flesh and blood. I exist. You don't disrespect anyone nor me when you are so-called like supporting them and then boom, oh my gosh, I forgot. Like, how do you forget? You were just on my live a couple days ago telling me about your dolls. 1 minute you were like, oh, I followed you because of the dolls, and then next thing you pop back again. Oh my gosh, like, that's just inconsistent love. Very inconsistent. And then I also had people attacking me because they got so used to other creators announcing their Amazon wish list, right? I didn't promote my Amazon wish list. I left it there. I spoke about it. It was there, but I don't announce it every single time. So this person came up to me and they blocked me because they said that basically, it's hard to remember these things. But they were basically telling me that I should be buying my own stuff and stop trying to ask people or make them feel bad about buying you things. And I never ever told anyone to buy me anything. I always spoke about how broke I am because it's the truth. I sell dolls. I buy dolls with whatever money I make, and then I'm broke again until I sell things. And sometimes my partner helps me out, and if I want a doll, I also have to budget, and I have also been very smart when getting these dolls in lots and stuff like that with the pricing. So a lot of my dolls are not just, they're not being promoted through my Amazon wishlist where people can just go. This person was like saying that I said something about Amazon wishlist, and they went through my entire videos trying to pinpoint where I was talking about being broke, but was not talking about my Amazon wishlist. What happened to that conversation? That person just blocked me because they couldn't find anything. So how do you hate follow people like that? I realize that people hate follow you. And I'm like, what is the reason? I don't follow people I don't hate. Like, I follow people that I follow maybe like a very small percentage of people who just give me bad vibes, but that's just it. They haven't done anything personal to me, but once I see why they give me bad vibes, I block them. I just, they're poof, they're gone. But those people do not do anything to me. So there's no point of me spreading hate. This is just my reaction, and I'm choosing to live through it. So far, there's just been so much disrespect, and I'm like, that's uncalled for. That's very uncalled for. And I felt really unsafe a bunch of times. I felt really unsafe, very violated, and I'm like, what is going on? We started off with just wanting to build a safe space, and now I'm having to deal with people going left and right. And then having Zach, which is someone who I honestly thought I could bond, but I just have a thing where I don't know. Something was telling me from the get-go that this wasn't, that I was getting too involved with people. Like, I don't know if I'm making any sense. To the point where this person kept disrespecting me. Like my whole identity and my whole thing was a joke to him. And I sat there and I listened to him through a lot of, and I was there because I wanted to be there for people. Like at the end of the day, that's my thing. And I'm not going to spread any of Zach's information because that's not my place. And I'm not that kind of person. But I was there to listen to him. He made up another persona named Maria. Just because he knew I was going to block him. Why? Because you were going to disrespect me again or disrespect the space that you're going to get blocked. So he created this whole persona and made me believe that this person was real. Next to I blocked Rhea and I blocked Zach, and Zach kept coming back with different accounts. Is he going to come back? Probably. After hearing his name, he probably is. But I don't care. I'm gonna leave that comment to rot. I'm just not going to cater to anybody because it's not worth my time. These actions and these situations made me feel so unsafe. And the fact that I had to keep one eye open to every single individual that I communicated with because things were just not adding up. And I'm like, who would waste their entire time to jeopardize someone or make them feel unsafe? Like it doesn't add up to me at all. I deleted the Discord where I think about like 9 people, and unfortunately I feel bad for the individuals that did not do anything, but I just didn't feel safe. People felt entitled to go and dig through my personal stuff, see my personal accounts, see my partner. My partner, one thing is, I love my partner. I don't want my partner to be at risk of anything. And I get it. This is social media. We are prone to like having all of our details exposed. But I didn't feel but it just happened with the members of Set Space. And that's where I had to draw the line. I felt so disrespected. I felt abandoned. I told Camilo like yesterday, I feel like the people I thought supported me failed me. And there are times where I get into this depressive headspace and then I start to realize that what I'm doing is for nothing. I really want to be somebody. When I finally felt that I was a someone in a group of people, I let the feeling of happiness cloud my judgment when things were happening left and right. And I'm not saying these things to like pinpoint everyone. It's just so that people can see that I just felt very, very abandoned. When I announced that I was leaving TikTok because of the things that were just happening, that were just uncalled for, I was congratulated. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, these people made me feel like nothing I was feeling mattered. And like congratulating me to leave a space kind of put that nail right in. I'm like, okay, I see how everything's gonna go. So I'm just gonna go focus on YouTube. I'm doing videos, and I feel a lot more comfortable here because I know the haters are gonna exist regardless. I know trolls are gonna exist regardless. People are always gonna be watching. But I feel more safe here with individuals I get to meet on in my comments to talk about things. But I'm always going to protect my space. I'm always going to protect my life, my sanity. And it's all about moving forward. I should not have let anyone dictate what I should do with my social media. I shouldn't let anyone take my power nor my space. But I did. I allowed it. And it'll bite me a million times, but I have been bitten even before I allowed Set people to do those things. They won. I don't know what they'll gain for it, but they won. I do post like 1 or 2 videos like I said I was going to do. But like I don't feel it anymore. TikTok was not a platform for me. And even though I am mentally struggling with believing my own worth, especially with YouTube, I'm not gonna give up doing YouTube videos or give up Instagram, because I do feel good. I'm over here fidgeting with my necklace. I do feel good doing these things. I'm gonna tell you this now. I don't wish any harm on Zach Drayden or Local Doll Collector or anybody else that has done me wrong, have made me feel unsafe, or anybody else who are still following me, who don't like me. I just, whatever. I don't wish no ill intention or wrong to them. I just really hope that as a society we grow from this and learn from our mistakes. All I can say is that I'm gonna grow from here. I'm moving forward, and this is something that needed to be said. I feel like this will help and guide people and help me see from when I'm 5 years ahead. 5 years ahead, and looking back and seeing where I was and what happened. But I don't want to say these things to discourage anyone to do videos on social media. Social media is so messed up, and it is not built for everyone. It is built for certain kind of people. But at the end of the day, that's not going to dictate who we are as a person, and that's not going to stop us from shining. We're not going to stop. We're going to continue to do and be ourselves and encourage and inspire and make sure that we create a space where people can see themselves. One day I hope that I can inspire people. But don't let my experience determine your experience, because all of our experiences are different. This is just how I see things. With all that being said, thank you guys for listening to me. It felt good taking those things out of my chest. TikTok was a huge fail for me, but I'm really there rooting for everyone else that are doing it. I'm there. But I'll see you in the next vlog. Bye.